everybody, and welcome to another Kickstarter Discoveries update. Now I have a lot of content to show you this time because there are actually a lot of different interesting looking Kickstarter projects currently running on Kickstarter. Some of them have only a couple of days left, others a little bit longer. So I have actually selected 8 different campaigns for you. A lot of content, so I won't keep you waiting any longer. Hereby I select you the 8 different campaigns I selected for you in this month.
So the first game I want to show you is Entropy. It's a car game for 2 to 5 players set in an alternative universe. As you can see, the project is already well funded and has 5 days left to go. Now what is Entropy about? You play as a character, and as you can see here you have 4 cards that makes up your own universe. Now these cards are shuffled into a deck and you need to try to get the universe complete as soon as possible. And to do this you have 4 actions you are able to take, but your opponents have the same cards to their disposal. So if 2 players choose the same action, nobody can take that action. So it's a game about trying to figure out what your opponent is going to do and making sure you get the action done instead of him. And this in a way so you can get your universe as quickly as possible. It looks like a really nice game. It has nice art and a really fun way of deduction, trying to outperform your opponents. So if this sounds interesting at all, please check out this page for the game Entropy. So the second game I want to show you or share with you is Between Two Cities by Jamie Stigmeyer. And everyone who is accustomed to Kickstarter will know that name. Jamie Stigmeyer is kind of a guru as concerned to Kickstarter. We also know him from his well-written Kickstarter blogs. So this time he presents us Between Two Cities. It's a cooperative game, but with a nice twist. Only one player can win the game. So why is it cooperative then? Well, in the game you are building cities. To be exact, 2 cities, one at your right and one to your left. But you need the help of your opponents sitting next to you on your left and on your right. So you will need to be very careful about this competitive game that also has a cooperative side to it. You will need to be careful what you do to make sure that you can still win the game. So it really looks like a unique board game, and as you can see, the project is again really popular. It is already funded and has unlocked a lot of stretch goals. So the third game I want to show you is Blood Rage by Cool Mini or Not. And this one is a special one. The project was funded in less than 3 minutes. Yes indeed, a pledge goal of $50,000 funded in less than 3 minutes. Now if you look at the quality of the components, you will understand why that is. Also there is a lot of content to the game. It's a game of the designer of Arcadia Quest. And it's a game about conquering provinces, making sure you get as much honor as possible, because when you fight you are also able to go to Valhalla, which will you special abilities or extra honor. Now, so there are already a lot of stretch goals unlocked, which will add extra gameplay mechanics to the game, the introduction of mythical gods from the Viking and Norse era. So if you are a fan of miniatures and also a competitive game, then you should check out this game because it really looks amazing. The fourth project I want to show you is Ninja Dice Cage Masters. It's actually a second expansion to the base game Ninja Dice, a really nice and fun game. Now in this expansion roles are introduced. You will be able to play as the arsonist, the spy, the trickster, the assassin, which will allow you to have different unique abilities. There are also new locations added to the game you will need to infiltrate. So if you own a base copy of the game, you shouldn't miss this project and this expansion, and if you don't know the game at all, be sure to have a look at it, because it's a really nice, light game with a lot of fun. So the fifth game I wanted to show you is Nova Aita's Dark Renaissance tactical game. Now, to be honest, this is a game that piqued my interest without seeing any of the gameplay yet. There aren't any gameplay videos added to the Kickstarter page as of now, but actually I was a backer of the first project, and now it is a relaunch, and I'm very glad they are already funded. Now, what I do know about the game is an actual miniature game where you take on the role of one of 4 heroes, and you will have to fight several awesome looking enemies. As you can see, some are still renders, but you can see that the game comes with a lot of miniatures. But what really piqued my interest about this game is the fact that you don't need a dungeon master to play the game. Each opponent or each enemy has his own artificial intelligence, as the creators discuss. But what also really interested me to see how it will work out is this horologium game clock, which will be a unique way of selecting the players that can be activated. So I'm still looking forward to see some gameplay of the game, but it's a game that really piqued my interest. Another project I have selected for you is Play Me Alice in Wonder Dice. It's a dice game where you are trapped in one of the bodies of the characters that come with the universe of Alice in Wonderland, and you need to try to capture the white rabbit to escape Wonderland. Now, to do this, you will need to throw dice and make different combinations. So it really looks like a nice game. It plays quick, and there is a lot going on while you are running dice, because you can trap other opponents or make sure they are harder to get to their destination. So if this looks at all appealing to you, be sure to come and check out this Kickstarter page. Now, this is another board game that is already well funded, as you can see, but if you look at this designer, you shouldn't be surprised about it. It's a new game of Matt Leacock, who we know from Pandemic, and he brings us another cooperative board game about the Thunderbirds. Another reason to fund this game, because who doesn't know the Thunderbirds? Probably you will have watched it when you were younger, or you will definitely have heard about it. And now that the Thunderbirds are getting 50 years, it's time to make an official board game about it. Now, in this game you will play as one of the members of the Thunderbirds, while you have to try to make sure the hood isn't bringing any danger to the earth. So the game features really nice miniatures. There are a lot of stretch goals already unlocked, and yeah, if you was a big fan of the Thunderbirds when you were younger, then this is definitely a game you should check out. The final project I wanted to show you is the Deep Sea Blood and Ice Dragons by Kerem Bayet. It's actually some prototype cards that come with the card game Draco Magi from Rubber Bird Games that was funded last year. So the reason why I'm showing you this is, if you missed out the awesome looking game Draco Magi, it's an actual opportunity to get the game in your hands, because you are able to get a copy of Draco Magi together with these new prototype cards. And as you can see, the quality of the art and the way the dragons are illustrated is just awesome. I can tell you the game Draco Magi by itself is a really cool game, a really nice game. So you should check this game out if you are into fantasy and especially into dragons.
So, as I promised you, a lot of content, you have a lot of work checking out these Kickstarter pages. I hope there are some projects that interest you. Please be sure to discuss them with each other. Also let me know what you thought of these projects. Have a lot of fun of playing board games together with friends and family, and maybe in a couple of months you will be able to play some of the games I showed you this time. As always, may the board be with you and the dice be ever in your favor. Bye bye!